So here comes the set number 2 of slot 1 CAT 2024. So let's read the set carefully and then we can try to understand the set. Okay, so it says the chart below provides complete information about the number of countries visited by Dheeraj, Samantha, Nitesh in Asia, Europe, and the rest of the world. So I think look at this bar graph. You can say that Dheeraj is visiting three countries in Asia, while 7 countries in Europe, as well as 1 country in rest of the world. And similarly, we can say Samantha, Asia is 0 and 9 countries in Europe and 4 countries rest of the world. When you talk about Nitesh, the number is 1, 6 and 12. Okay. Then it says, so overall, if you look at Dheeraj is visiting how many countries? Overall, Dheeraj is visiting 11 countries, 7 plus 3 plus 1. Europe is visiting, Samantha is visiting 13 countries and Nitesh is visiting total 19 countries. Now, the following facts are known about the countries visited by them. 32 countries were visited by at least one of them. Now, here we should get a feel that if you individually add the countries for Dheeraj, Samantha, Nitesh, this values goes to 43. While only 32 countries were visited, it means there's a concept of Venn diagram that we have to use, because some of them are visiting exactly 1 country and maybe some of them are visiting 2 countries, and which further has been given, like USA is the only country that was visited by all 3 of them. So maybe while solving this set, I have to use a bit of Venn diagram. So what I can make as a Venn diagram of 3 vein. So I think let us write this is for Dheeraj, this Venn diagram is for Samantha, and this is for Nitesh. Now Dheeraj is total visiting 11 countries, so I think the vein of Dheeraj has to be equal to 11. Samantha is visiting total 13 countries, so you can say this value is equal to 13, while for Nitesh, this value will add up to 19. Now let's read further. USA is the only country that was visited by all of 3. It means all 3 has to be only 1 country, and that country is also US. Apart from US, nobody else can be there. China in Asia, China is part of Asia, is the only country that was visited by both Dheeraj and Nitesh but not by Samantha. Dheeraj and Nitesh but not by Samantha is again 1, and this 1 has to be China. Maybe I can write China, and China comes under Asia. France, that is in Europe, is the only country outside Asia. Now that's an interesting part. Outside Asia, France is the only country that was visited with Dheeraj and Samantha. It doesn't mean that Dheeraj and Samantha, both of them are visiting only France. France is the only country that is outside Asia. So you can say for Samantha and Dheeraj, this is 1 plus something more. So maybe this value has to have 1 country plus there could be some more country. But is that possible? That is what I have to see. See, Dheeraj is visiting 3 countries in Asia, while Samantha is visiting none of the countries in Asia. So I would say this value has to be 1. Apart from 1, nothing can happen. Why? Because Samantha is not visiting any Asian country. So even outside Asia, that is the 1. So this value has to be 1. Now, half of the countries visited by both Samantha and Nitesh are in Europe. Now, if let's take Samantha and Nitesh are visiting X countries together, if I take this value to be X, then total they are together visiting X plus 1 countries, right? And out of this X plus 1, half has to be from Europe. So now first thing is, can I calculate the value of X? Now that's a very interesting part. So if you have read the concept of Venn diagram, where we say, let us assume that A number of people, A are the countries that are visited by only 1 person, B are the countries that are visiting by exactly 2 of the people, and C are the countries that are visited by exactly 3 of the people. In that case, you can say A plus B plus C will be equal to 32 because there are total 32 countries that has been visited. This is the first equation wherein we can say C is 1 because there is only one country that is visited by all the three. And second equation that we can form is the countries that is visited by one, the number of countries that are visited by only one of them has to be multiplied by 1 plus the countries that are visited by two people, that will be counted twice, and the number of countries that is visited by three people has to be counted thrice, and this value will be equal to how much? This value will be equal to 11 plus 13 plus 19, and this value together will become 43. So I think if you solve these two equations, since you have been given the value of C, in that case we can just simply put the value of C. In that case, the first equation will reduce to A plus B is equal to 31, and the second equation will become A plus 2B is equal to, that is 40. Now if I subtract this, then B will become 9. So 9 countries are exactly visited by two people. Out of this value is 1, this value is 1, so this value will become 7. So the value of X will become 7. It means Samantha and Neeraj are visiting 7 countries together, exactly 2 countries, and together they are visiting 8 countries. Now out of those 8 countries, half of them are from Europe. So 4 countries are coming from Europe. And since Samantha is not visiting any Asian countries, so rest of the 4 countries has to come from ROW. Out of this, 1 will be USA. So this 1 is USA. This 7, out of this 7, you can say 4 will be from Europe and 3 will be from rest of W. That is how you have to understand this whole situation. And now further we can take a break. So now you can look at Dheeraj alone is visiting how many? 8 countries. While Samantha alone is visiting 4 countries. And while Nitesh alone is visiting 7 plus 2, 9, that is 10 countries. And if we add all this value, 10, 18, 22, 22, 3, 25 and 7, 32. So that is how you have to solve this. So this set is basically can be solved by using the concept of Venn diagram. I think that's it because we really do not know names of countries. So now we'll go to the question and try to solve them. The first question is, how many countries in Asia were visited by at least one of Dheeraj, Samantha, Nitesh? So now one country, that is China, is part of the Asia, is visited by both like Dheeraj as well as Nitesh. Now Nitesh is visiting only one Asian country. That Asian country is included over here. Apart from that, Dheeraj is going to visit 2 more countries. So out of these 8 countries, 2 countries Dheeraj will be visiting to only Asia, because again you can say Nitesh is going to visit one country, that is China. Samantha is not going to any Asian country, so no Asian country would come over here. And here one country has come, so Dheeraj will visit 2 Asian countries. The total number of Asian countries that is visited by at least one of them has to be 3. So the first question, the answer will become 3. Let's proceed to the next question. How many countries in Europe were visited only by Nitesh? Right. So now Nitesh is visiting total, you can say 19 countries. Out of that 9 countries he is going along with someone else, while 10 countries he is visiting alone. Now how many of them are from Europe? That is what we have to figure out. Now imagine one Asian country is already gone, so this figure is already accounted for. So out of this 10, there is no Asian country. Now out of this 6 country that Nitesh is going to Europe, one, so you can say out of this 7, 4 is from Europe. So out of 6, 4 countries Nitesh is going along with Samantha. So only 2 countries he'll visit, that is from Europe. So I think for the second question, the answer will be 2, because it is saying how many countries in Europe were visited only by Nitesh. So this has to be 2. Let's go to the next question. How many countries in the row were visited by both Nitesh and Samantha? So Nitesh and Samantha together are visiting 4 countries in ROW. One, that is USA, that is visited by all the 3, plus out of the 7, 3 are from ROW. So for this question, the answer will become 4. So for question number 7, the answer is 4. We can go to the next question. How many countries in Europe were visited by exactly one of Dheeraj, Samantha, and Nitesh? Great. So imagine here 2 countries in Europe. Nitesh is visiting only 2 European countries that we have already done in the previous question. Here, Dheeraj, if you talk about one ROW country is gone here, one Asian country is gone here. Out of this 8, 2 are Asian countries, so rest 6 will become European countries. So I think Dheeraj is going to 6 European country, 2 European country. Nitesh is going, and what about Samantha? Samantha is visiting 9 European countries. Out of that, 1 is this, right? And 4 is this. So 4 and 5 he is going over here, and total is visiting 9. So all 4 countries will be. So now if you add up to this value, that will become 2 by Nitesh, 6 by Dheeraj, and 4 by Samantha. So this value will become 12. So for question number 8, answer A is correct. So this set was a little tricky. If you have understanding the Venn diagram, especially the concept that we have discussed, let us assume that a number of people, a number of countries are visited by exactly one person. B are the number of countries that are visited by exactly 2 people, and C are the number of countries that are visited by exactly 3 of the people. If you know this concept and apply that, the question becomes relatively easy.